Making a door kick-in proof like a tank typically requires targeted reinforcement of the frame, the strike area, and the lock hardware. Start by assessing the existing door and frame materials. Solid core or metal doors and 3/4 inch minimum strike screws in a solid wood or metal frame are the best foundation. Replace standard strike plates with heavy-duty versions and use long screws that reach the wall stud, typically 3 inches long, to transfer force into the structure rather than the drywall. Consider installing a reinforced door jamb kit that replaces or braces the jamb with thicker metal or steel plates to prevent splitting under lateral force. Add a reinforced deadbolt lock with a 1-inch throw and anti-drill, anti-pick features. Bolt through the strike with a 3/4 inch minimum deadbolt body engagement and use a hardened steel bolt. For the gap between door and frame, install a steel or laminated steel reinforcement plate around the latch area and hinge side. Hinge side reinforcement is often overlooked but critical because attackers hinge the door outward. If you are doing this yourself, pre-drill for long screws, use a center punch to prevent hardware wandering, tighten hardware to manufacturer torque recommendations, and test by applying steady force rather than abrupt kicks to ensure components share load correctly. Common issues are using short screws that only bite into drywall, which allows the strike to pull out under force, so replace with 3-inch wood screws driven into the stud or use through bolts where possible. Another frequent problem is focusing only on the lock and ignoring the jamb and hinges, which makes the lock pointless. Fix this by reinforcing the jamb with a steel plate kit and installing hinge screws that are 3 inches long, and if possible, adding hinge side armor or a hinge reinforcement plate. A third mistake is choosing low-quality locks labeled as high security, which lack hardened bolts or anti-shear features. Solve this by selecting locks from reputable manufacturers that list hardened steel components and by pairing them with matching reinforced strike hardware. BigHomeProjects.com helps homeowners compare realistic cost ranges and find local contractors who do reinforcement work and door upgrades. We connect contractors seeking jobs with homeowners and host a discussion community where we and other members share installation tips, product experiences, and budgeting advice.